Yeah, all right. Do I start it now?
No, wait.
Okay, here we are at the ETC race, and we're in the second round, and it's race 4 actually at the home track of Team GG. And the race is about to start. The drivers are on the grid now, and every second now the race should begin. This is Magny Cours track. It's Mike Simeon of Team FlatOut Racing in the first position. And they're all set and ready to go.
Okay, don't worry. Just keep talking about anything.
Yeah, all right. I've just heard that the replay is on, that we're actually on air. And so this is your friendly voice, Eckhard von Glan of Team Blue Flag speaking here. And I'm all alone today, actually. I have my favorite guy, Jose, at the top of our little mobile here, and he is attached to the satellite dish. No, he's not attached. He's actually holding out the satellite dish so that he can give you the best possible picture quality. Okay, folks, here I am back again. I was just taking a look around our little pink and green camper that is parked just outside Magny Cours, trying to find out where my co-moderator is, that David Garcia, and he seems to be out buying a bit of du vin, du pain et du fromage, because that's what you do round here in France. So, on the grid, pole sitter Mike Simeon of Team FlatOut Racing. He did what few people can do. He actually beat David Greco to the pole. David Greco, you see here, of the Black Rebels team in position 2. On third, we have Kevin Usher of RPM. On fourth, Andreas Leffler of Degan Racing. And on fifth, Jerry Geisen, also of Team RPM. So the Roaring Pipes Maniacs, very, very strong here, positioned their Corvettes on grid positions 3 and 5. So we're all set and ready to go. I would say the start is about 30 seconds off. I think that the last drivers are about to join now. So my favorite technician, Jose, tells me that actually my image is different to your image. We'll settle that in about 20 seconds time or so. And I hear that the cars are actually off. I can tell you, Sonny, they're not off on my screen. Alright, we solved our technical problems, and I can see here Mike Simeon moving out of the chicane. Sorry, still technical problems here. I'm back with you in 20 seconds. Sorry for that.
Yeah, I will explain. Eckhart has the the same key for speak and for change something in his cameras, so that's why he's a little bit confused. Maybe it can be also because some beers he take with David before the race. They didn't want to tell me, but I have spies around the track, you know, and I'm the big eye and know about everything this pair do. So David must be sleeping now, and Eckhart is here again. No.
Yes, here I am back again, and I heard that Jose said something about beer. I heard Jose saying something about beer, but don't take it too serious. It was just a small technical problem, but right now we are following Mike Simeon, who actually lost his pole position to David Greco, and I've just heard we're following Larsson at this point, Mikael Larsson, of my own team, of Team Blue Flag Racing, and we find him in position 6, and he's battling Andreas Leffler, who had a bit of a wild start. You've probably seen that when they first came down to Adelaide. He totally missed his break point. He touched both Kevin Asher and Jerry Geisen, and also Mikael Larsson, and then in fact was overtaken by one of the GG guys. Now we're following Mikael Larsson, and he is behind Andreas Leffler, and the FlatOut racer you can see behind him, that's Ian Wilton. That's the second FlatOut racing car. Mikael Larsson, position 6. That's a very strong showing for the Marco Rally car, and he's just going down the straight now. Yeah, I must say about the beer, yes, the French actually have some interesting brews, and David also brought along some of the good old Spanish cerveza, or whatever he calls it, and so we're all set here in our little pink and green camper. In fact, if you want to find us, we're just in the part of the track called Chicane, where there used to be a chicane, but isn't any longer. And so we can see here one car is slowing down considerably. That's one of the black, white, and red precision cars, and it looks as if there's some trouble, but if I'm not mistaken, it's a car that's already left. Yeah, that car is already a lap down. There must have been some problems at the start. We're still following Mikael Larsson here, but let's have a look at what the grid is actually doing. Let's move to the front man. Let's move to David Greco and then go through the field one by one so I can actually introduce all the drivers to you. What do you say to that, Jose?
Yeah, I can see now Kevin in fourth position. He seems he recovered the rhythm after the accident in the first corner. In fact, an accident not his fault at all, but it's difficult when you have an accident right after the start to find a good rhythm and recover concentration.
Yeah, exactly. But he seems to have recovered very well. Kevin Usher, he was one of the guys who actually had a disconnection in the first race, and his posts on the forum weren't exactly happy ones, but he seems to also have recovered his poise, and he's showing a very strong performance here. I can actually see a little dent on the right-hand side of his car. That must have been where the Degan Racing car hit him when they approached Adelaide for the first time. Yeah, he's in position 4. And in front of him, that's the other RPM car. That's Yuri Geisen there. And he's actually battling the second flat, or the first flat-out runner, the pole sitter Mike Simeon, for position number 2. And so let's move to Mike Simeon. Mike Simeon, as you have seen, he was the pole sitter. The quali was actually very, very, very close, and he just snatched the pole from David Greco there by the barest of differences. They're now going down towards the part of the track called the Lycée, and that's the part that was built pretty recently on the real-life track, supposed to make for more overtaking maneuvers. And he's now heading down the straight, and while we follow Mike Simeon, let's talk a little bit about the track. The part that he's entering now is called Estoril, because some of the turns on this track are actually called after other racetracks. So you'll find out a bit later on that there's a bit of the track actually called Nürburgring. And right now we're with the leader, David Greco, of the Black Rebels team. They have picked the Spiker. That's the only open car in this class, and you can actually see bits of his virtual helmet sticking out at the top there. I don't know in real life if that roll bar actually works, but well, I've never seen a Spiker on its non-existent roof, so they better make it work. Right. He's actually moving into the section now called Imola, and now he's moving into the curve, or just out of the curve, that bears my favorite name on this track. That's the Chateau d'Eau, the Castle of Water. And he's just moved past our little pink and green wagon, and now he's in Lycée and about to pass the finish line for the 7th time. So that means we're 7 laps of 44 to run down. Okay, right now we are at the back of the field. Actually, this is Gib Bertram of the Precision Motorsport Racing, another Marcos Marcorelli car. Very nice design here with the black, white, and red. Very focused design, I must say. And he, if I'm not mistaken, at this point of the race, has been lapped. There must have been some trouble at the beginning of the race for him. Because it shows on my screen that he's in position 18, while right now he's following one of the blue flag racers who is positioned far better. Ooh, that was a nasty cut there. And let's move up the grid and introduce all the racers to you. We're moving to position 17, and there is a massive battle going on here. We can see Alessandro Mura of the Burning Tires team from Italy, and he is chasing. He's very, very close to Darren Gardner of Magny Racing. That is some very close racing there. They are now in Imola, approaching Chateau d'Eau. And, little touch there, but everything under control. And Alessandro Mura probably trying to make a move now before Lisey. No, he's pulling back. I don't really think he's in any position to... No, he's not. Okay, there's a GG guy just right in front of Darren Gardner. That's Jeremy Trottin, another one of the BMW M3 racers in blue, white, and red colors. Of course, these are the French colors that they picked. And it's his home race, don't forget. It's the GG home track here, Magny Cours, the track that they have chosen. Right, we're moving up the grid.
Is fitting in. Strange, very early.
Yeah, I just heard from the friendly voice on my earphones from Jose that actually Alessandro Mura has just pitted in. That looks like a stop and go to me. And right now, Theo De Bruyne has... overtaken in Adelaide, has overtaken Lucas Degan of Degan Racing. They're now going into Nürburgring side by side, and Theo has the better position, but Lucas Degan, he's battling, he's fighting back. Let's see what Theo's doing. Theo is staying there behind, and Lucas for the moment stays in position 13, while Theo De Bruyne of Blue Flag Racing is in position 14. So we're moving up the grid. Lucas Degan of Degan Motorsports, him of course being the team boss, and very nice skin that you have here, supporting the NRG, that's a radio station that's active all over Europe. And here comes another attack by Theo De Bruyne. I think he tries to get in the chicane, that's actually called chicane, that part of the track. Ooh, he's on the grass now, he's on the grass. And little touch there, and he is resuming the race. Theo De Bruyne in position 16 behind Darren Gardner. So that was, I think he was preparing actually for an attack, and then his two right-hand wheels touched the grass and he actually lost control. He could just barely catch the car in Lisey, not going into the wall. Let's move up a little to position 15 and 14. There's a huge battle going on there. That's 15th position, Jeremy Trottin. And he's fighting Mr. Gardner of the Magny Racing. They're now moving into Adelaide, and Gardner is taking the outside line. And Trottin, is he moving past? I think he's done it. And yes, he's passed. He's in 14 now. And all this battling and fighting has actually allowed Lucas Degan to pull away a little from this group. Oh, Trottin in 14, Gardner in 15, Theo De Bruyne in 16. Let's move up. 13th positioned. That's again Lucas Degan taking the corner, Chateau d'Eau. And in position 12, here's the second of the Black Rebels Spiker racers. That's Andreas Hultgren. And he's right now moving through Grand Curve, moving into Astoril, and he's in fact following one of the Burning Tires masters. And the Burning Tire car in front is none other than team captain Marco Latanzi. They're on the way now, past Gulf, and they're approaching Adelaide. Shifting down to first, now starting to shift up again, second, third, and then probably up to sixth before they again have to shift down as they approach the passage called Nürburgring. That's where Mr. Latanzi is heading right now, and followed by Hultgreen. Okay, that's position 11. We're moving up to position 10. That's the second GG racer this evening. It's a chap called Paul Bordeaux. And like all GG racers, he's a French-speaking guy. So I really have to take care of my accent when I pronounce these names. Bonjour, bonsoir, Monsieur Paul Bordeaux. Vous approchez le château d'eau maintenant. Très bien. Okay, so much about my French. It's probably horrible. I'm sorry for all the French people out there, for all the Canadian guys, for all the Belgian guys listening, and this will have been my last bit of French for the evening. Let's move.
I think you forgot, Eckhart, I think you forgot some French-speaking countries.
Yeah, there are possibly some more French-speaking countries.
And people will be really offended there.
Yeah, they will be. Let them send angry PMs to me on the forum. The more the merrier. I can stand that. Okay, let's move from Mr. Bordeaux. Let's move up one position to, and let's say a big hello to our new team on the circuit. That's the team GMT-DH Racing, or GMT-DHR for short. It's a mainly British and American team, and they have been racing R-Factor for quite a long time now. For example, in the 10 hours of Fuji, they were the third positioned car on the grid in the final results, so that's quite an achievement really. And the guy we're seeing here, that's Damien Deneumain. Hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. Sorry, Damien, if I got that wrong. It's interesting name. They have not as yet had time to prepare their own skins, so they're still running one of the default skins on the Marcos Marcorelli, and I must say they picked the most colorful one they could possibly have. Right, position 9, position 8, here's the second blue flagger, that's Mikael Larsson. He seems to have lost one or two positions. If I remember correctly, the last time I watched him, he was up in position 5. But he's battling with the second of the GMT-DH Racing cars, and let's move up. That's position 7. That's Robin Taylor. And in the back there we could see one of the GG cars actually leaving the pits, and it seems that the stop-and-go tally here at Magny Cours again is pretty high. I've heard that in the Friday race some guys have to actually pit 3 times just for the stop-and-goes. So, Robin Taylor, another one of the team GMT-DH, approaching Nürburgring there. Mikael Larsson of Blue Flag Racing hot on his heels, and but let's move on to position 6. And there we have the second of the FlatOut racers, that's Ian Wilson. And he's driving a bit of a lonely race at this point. He's right now moving through Imola, approaching Chateau d'Eau, and from what I can see, there's not really very much traffic where he is. Seems to be all alone. Ian Wilson, position number 6. And now we move on to position 5, and none other than Andreas Leffler, who was 4th on the grid, who is 5th now. That means he's dropped 1 position. And if you remember, he was responsible for the bit of trouble in the first lap in Adelaide, but he seems to have recovered. He seems to have found his rhythm very well. He's chasing the 2 RPM guys, and the RPM car you see in front of him, that's Kevin Usher. And I think he won't be too happy having the Degan racing car in his rearview mirror, and especially approaching Adelaide, it's not going to be the nicest of memories for him. Yeah, that's the sound of the Corvette. Moving into Nürburgring now, and this is for someone like me who is not your very best driver. this curve here called 180 degrees, which is, I find, a quite fanciful name for a curve. Extremely difficult to take because as you brake, you have to already do some of the steering, some of the going into the curve. At least that's the way I do it, and that's the way I usually end up spinning the car. But Kevin Usher, of course, knows what to do to his virtual Corvette, and is now approaching Lise in this lap 13 of the race, still in position 4, and actually if RPM can hold on to that result there, positions 3 and 4, that would give them a big break in the overall standings. Yeah, going down the straight, Kevin Usher, you could just see very clearly the damage there on the right side of the car. Little dent there, shouldn't be too bad with the handling, I would say. Alright, let's see what Yuri Geisman is up to. He should have been in position 2, but he is not, which leads me to believe that Khrushchev is actually in the pits. We are now following Mike Simeon in position 2. It's the position he's held for all of the race, actually. Faithfully following David Greco, and there seems to be quite a considerable gap that has actually opened up between Simeon and Greco. And let's move now to the race leader. I think he deserves some airtime. And there he is, running actually, if you look very closely, running a real-life logo here on the windscreen. That's the Save the Children Fund. So actually they're supporting a charity, and that's a pretty good idea there. Yeah, he's on his way to finish lap 14. And while he's passing, let me tell you a little bit about the standings after the last race at RPM, home track of Nürburgring GP. The Black Rebels there finished with a total of 74 points, so they're leading the championship tables at the moment. It's Team GG, hot on their heels, I must say, 69 points. They, if you remember from the last broadcast, did a perfect show in the race of the GT Sports class that we're seeing at the moment. They took positions number 1 and 2 in their BMWs, but right now they're not so well positioned, but they might just barely hang on to the lead. So they're in position 2 with 69 points, and then it's FlatOut Club in position 3, 60 points for them. The Roaring Pipes Maniacs in position 4, 45 points. Blue Flag Racing in 5, 43 points. Any Racing in 6, 41 points. The Burning Tires in 7, 30 points for them. Degan Racing, after an almost complete loss in the first race due to disconnections, actually recovered handsomely in the second race, and they grabbed 19 points overall. And then Precision Motorsports, they had severe disco problems, and they also had other problems with machines breaking apart and plugs being pulled on them and stuff. So unfortunately they came away from the first 2 races with no points whatsoever. Right, so this is where we are in the team standings, and remember there's a lot of points up for grabs today. It's 25 points for the leader, and 23 points for the second, and 21 points for the third position, and then all the way down we're having 18 cars on the grid. So the last guy crossed the finish line still gets 5 points if he finished in something like 70% of the race. Right, we can see David Greco here, lapping one of the Degan cars. Should be Lucas Degan himself, the guy who founded the team.
Okay, going back the grid to the second position, because you will ask why is not Eckhart talking, our great announcer? Well, he had to go to the toilet because it was true that David and him, they take too much beer. Was not a joke, and he had to go to the toilet again. So I'm alone in the TV track, but I will just make a short review to the standings car by car. Second is Mike Simain. Third is Kevin from RPN. Four is Andreas Loffer. 5 is Jory Gibson. Sorry, Jory, if I said your name in a very, very wrong way. 6 is Ian Wilson. 7 is Robin Taylor from our new team. 8 is Damian, also from our new team. 9 is Andreas. 10 is Marco Lazzani from the Burning Tires. Ciao Marco, come stai? Tutto bene? 11th is Michael Larsson from Blue Flag Racing. 12th is Paul Bordeaux. In 13th position is Alessandro Mura. Next one is Lucas Degan from Degan Racing, the team founder and a guy that really made a great effort to build up a great team with a great website also, and we deserve him the best. I think this team can be really, really important in the next months. Here's Theo de Bruyne in pitting in, or maybe a stop and go, probably, because in this track it's very, very frequent that you get on stop and go. Next one is Jeremy Trotin from Team GG, and the last one until now is Dirk Bertram from Precision Motorsports. Go.
Here I am back again, and still following Dirk Bertram around the track. If I see that correctly, he's just being lapped by my...
Wait.
blue flag colleague, or isn't he? What's all this going on there, Jose? And it looks to me, as if Dirk Bertram is having huge problems here. It looks as if he's about to drop out of the race, isn't he, Jose? What do you say?
Yes, it seems he received the stops and go too much for him, and he decided to left the race. Now he left the race.
Okay, back with you again, and I've heard various rumors. Jose has been talking about beer again, and I must say this is of course all not true. I was actually out trying to find my old friend David Garcia, and sorry to say, he's nowhere to be seen. I don't know. The French ladies, maybe. I went as far as Adelaide and looked for him, but couldn't find him. Anyway, let's go back to the race. Let me ask my trusted cameraman, Jose, who's sitting on top of our van here, following everything, top of our pink and green van. Jose, what car are we actually following at this moment with your perfect camera?
We are with Alessandro Mura now, but I switched to Mikael Larsson now. Whisper, I have lots of echo.
Okay, we're with Mikael Larsson now, and I can see it's a pretty busy time in the pits at this point, as I was just going through the drivers here, trying to catch up with what has been going on. Mikael Larsson in position 9 now. He seems to have pitted in early, and I saw some of the other cars in the pits, GMT-DH Racing cars, and also one of the Black Rebel Spikers in there. So it's lap 22 now, and it looks as if most of the drivers are actually on a two-stop strategy here at Magny Cours. Remember, if you followed the race at Nürburgring, that the two-stop strategy didn't work so well for the Black Rebel racers. They finished in quite good positions, but later they said that maybe with the one-stop strategy they could have been just a bit quicker. Today it seems as if everybody's heading for a two-stop strategy here. And Mikael Larsson in position 9, so that means he has lost 1 or 2 positions along the way. He used to be just slightly further up the grid. So, due to my involuntary break, I think we've lost a bit of contact to the race. Let's move up a position from Mikael Larsson. Let's see who's actually in position 8 and how far away that guy is. And there we have him. It's Andreas Löffler of the Degan Motorsports Racing Team, position 8. Don't think he's too happy with that, but to be quite honest, it's difficult to follow the pit stop strategy of the teams if you only have the replay file at your command. Basically it means I can't simply leave the screen now and go back to the standings, because then I'm completely out of the replay. So, Andreas Löffler here going down the long straight through Gulf now and approaching Adelaide. You can see a bit of damage to his car there on the front left, and probably still dating back to that little bit of trouble in the very first lap. Right, let's move up. Position 7. It's Burning Tires Muscle, Marco Latanzi. And he seems to be pretty close to Leffler. He's just out of 180 and approaching Imola now. And the Muscle, for those of you who have actually had the pleasure of playing this game, I must say it's way beyond my abilities. I find that this special virtual car is very, very difficult to keep on track, so hats off to the Burning Tires for picking that special ride. Maybe they can give me some driving lessons one of these days. And I would say let's move up one more position to 6th positioned Robin Taylor. As I said, as I explained, GMT-DH still using one of the default skins, and if I'm not mistaken, we're not actually watching a battle here, but we're watching another lapping movement. The Degan car that we're seeing here in front of Robin Taylor is decidedly not in the same lap. In the same lap is Ian Wilton, who has just now passed Yuri Geisen, because Yuri has been off the track just a little. That happened on the stretch after 180, just going into Imola. He must have had some trouble coming out of 180. Yuri Geisen in the RPM Corvette, and he's taken some damage to the front right side of his car. Let's hope that the virtual suspension still working okay. I don't think he will actually pit at this point. He is. He's coming into the pits, and let's see where that pit stop takes him. So, already dropped one position, but lap 33, and with the time that he spent there, that looked like a regular pit stop. And if I'm not mistaken, I saw another RPM Corvette in the pits there, but again, if I'm not mistaken, that is team founder Bram Hengeveld, who was actually live on track enjoying the race on Sunday midday. Alright, Yuri back on the track, and it looks as if everything's working fine, but of course we have no way of telling whether the suspension actually does what it should do at this point. Let's again move up one position to Robin Taylor of GMT-DH, position 5. That for the Marcus Marcorelli is a splendid position. And he's approaching Imola now, going through Imola, another one of the places where you can easily pick up a stop-and-go warning here, a cut warning. And now out of Chateau d'Eau, and moving up, the point is now is called Chicane. There used to be a chicane here, I don't know if you remember, some years back. This part that he's in now, Lycée, was built new before. There was a little turn in the track at that point, and then you headed towards quite a severe chicane, which brought you back on the start and finish grid. And that's Robin Taylor passing the start and finish line.
stay.
All right, we're with Robin Taylor in the pits, and poor chap, he has an awful problem because there's an RPM car sitting where he would like to get fresh tires. That's Kevin Usher, still in 4th position, so the game seems to have put them on the same grid position. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear, oh dear, that's some awfully bad luck for Robin Taylor there. He now has to wait for Kevin Usher. Kevin Usher's leaving the grids now, and passing Ian Wilton on his way out, who's also in the grids. So Robin Taylor still in position 5, but that cost him, I don't know, something like 10 seconds or so. Oh my God, what bad luck for him. We're still with Robin Taylor in the pits, and let's stay with the guy till he actually leaves the pits, and let's see what's happening in positions 4, 3, 2, and 1. He's on his way out. That looked like just a normal, perfect stop. And he's back on track. Well, almost. He's in the zone now where you can already accelerate, and he's rejoining the track in just a moment. All right, that pit stop took him back to position 9, and it seems to be that position 8, position 8, it seems to be that blue flag racer Mikael Larsson has in fact passed him in the pits. Let's check if that's Mikael Larsson in front of him. And yes, it is. Going through Adelaide right now. That's a very close group there. Position 7, Mikael Larsson. And position 6, that's Yuri Geisen of RPM. And they are battling for position here. They're pretty close to each other with 33 laps already under their belt. That's a very close fight here in the, not really the middle of the field, in the top half of the field. And let's stay a little with Mikael and with Robin Taylor. They're really close to each other. And remember, they both have the same car, so the situation should be pretty much the same for both of them. They're heading out of Chateau d'Eau now and going down past Chicane and approaching Lycée. Wow, Robin Taylor was a bit on the grass there for just a second.
Yeah, it seems that Robin gets on... no, it's not on stop and go, it's too long. Seems he pit in. Or maybe both, strange. Okay, let's move to Andreas Loffer, that is in pits now. Let's see in which position he rejoins the race. And seems it will be on 10th. Time for some commercials.
Yeah, here I am back again. Thanks, Jose, for taking over the line for us. I was actually outside. Of course, I was also watching the race. Robin Taylor, if I'm not mistaken, we still have him on the screen, don't we, Jose?
No, we have Damian Dynamite now. You were a lot of time outside, so imagine I had to change the car.
Oh, yes. Well, you stick with the same brand. It's still one of the GMT-DH Racing. That's 8th position, Damien Dane Humain. And I was actually outside here in Magny Cours, trying to find my valuable co-commentator, David Garcia. And I must say, I spotted him. Yes, folks, he has actually been seen. And he is very, very, very slowly making his way towards our little pink and green camper here, with Jose sitting on the roof, as you may remember, struggling with the satellite dish, and me inside here struggling with du vin, du pain et du fromage, and David, or David, as I can see, is slowly approaching the van now. Let's see what kind of excuse he has once he joins us for the broadcast. David, it seems to be that you are a little late today. So whisper to... Yeah, brilliant idea. Okay, so still with Damien Humain, and he's quite closely followed by Marco Lattanti, actually, the burning tires, and we're now with Mikael Larsson, if I'm not mistaken. He is in the pits, moving down 2 positions. He's actually been passed by Damien and Marco at this point. So, if we're moving up the grid, we are now with team founder of the Burning Tires team, Marco Lattanti, the man himself, and taking extra wheel here. That's a part of the track that if your tires are starting to wear thin, this part is nothing for those faint of heart, and because it's you really have to keep a very delicate balance there between trying to hit the apex and at the same time trying to get out of that very long 180-degree turn with as much speed as possible. So position 8, that's Marco Lattanti. Position 7, having been moved up by the pit stop there done by Mikael Larsson, that's Damien Dane Humain. We followed him for quite some time. So let's move to position 6, that's Black Rebels racer, Andreas Holtring. You can see him here in the spiker. And he's approaching Chateau d'Eau. I just love to say that name, Chateau d'Eau. He's approaching Chateau d'Eau. Yes, he's out of Chateau d'Eau at this point. And let's see who is in position 5. That's Jerry Geisen. Jerry Geisen of RPM Racing. We saw that he had just a little contact with one of the walls. And if I'm not mistaken, the blue flag racer he's passing there, that's the blue flag racer with the headlights on, must be my mate Theo De Bruyne, because both Theo and me think that the blue flag car just looks perfect with the headlights switched on. So in case you wonder why both Theo and me always switch the lights on, we just love it. We think it looks much better. Right, there he goes. Yuri Geisen approaching Nürburgring. He is in position 5, and in position 4, we're moving up the grid again. It's FlatOut racer Ian Wilton, and the FlatOut are really putting up a very, very strong showing here at Magny Cours. They will collect quite a bit of points. They also suffered from the disconnects, if I'm not mistaken, of the first race, and so they should be happy to get some more points here. Another one going through Chateau d'Eau at this point, and moving up yet another position, it's second RPM guy, Kevin Usher, and he seems to be fairly settled into position 3 here on this track of the 16 cars still running. And going through 180, no, going through Estoril at this moment, and now out onto the long straight. Still actually waiting for David. Just looked out of the window and yeah, lost him again. I must say. He was carrying some shopping bags, and I wonder what was in the shopping bags. I will definitely ask him once he rejoins me here for the broadcast. Okay, let's move on to position 2. And basically from the very first lap, it's Mike Simeon in the second FlatOut car. So they're in position 2 and 4 at RPM and 3 and 5. These are the two teams that are going to benefit hugely from this race, this Sunday midday race here for the ETC League. Mike Simeon, position 2, which can mean nothing more and nothing less that the guy who actually won the start, starting from grid position 2 and then accelerating just a bit better than Mike Simeon. That's David Greco of the Team Black Rebels. And he is still in position number 1, going through 180 at this point. Just touching the sand a wee bit there. But everything under control for Mr. Greco. Man, that speed is just awesome. Okay, we're still following David Greco here, and I was actually again trying to make sense or trying to find David Garcia, and don't tell his wife, I've spotted him with the pit babes. Yes. And it's not only one of them. To be quite honest, I saw 3 pit babes around David Garcia. Let's see what excuse he has once he joins us here on the server. But back to the race. It's David Greco still in first position. He seems to be have to settled in fairly comfortably into that lead there. He's right now passing out of Lycée, going down the start and finish line, and if what it says on my screen is correct, this should be lap 36 that he has completed, and so we're about 1 hour done of the race, and David Greco still in the lead. So let me give you one or more facts here on the track that I diligently researched. I found a wonderful quote describing this track. It's from the BBC homepage, and it says about Magny Cours, it is smack bang in the middle of nowhere with an atmosphere so calm and rural as to be non-existent. It seems to be that this is one of the tracks that divide the drivers pretty evenly into those who absolutely hate it. Little whisper to you, your speaker is one of them. And into those drivers who actually quite love it, like Jarno Trulli, for example. One of the haters actually is David Coulthard, who doesn't like driving there at all. The real-life tarmac of the track is supposed to be one of the smoothest in the Formula One circuit, and the WTCC actually stopped here 2 times, and it was BMW wins all the way through. It was in 2005, Jörg Müller scored 2 wins, 2 consecutive wins. He won both races, and in the next year, 2006, that's what this virtual track here from Simbin is modeled on, the 2006 series of the WTCC. It was Dirk Müller and Andy Priol taking the wins. And right now you saw David Greco lapping one of the RPM cars, and it's another blue flagger up for grabs there for Greco. And notice how he actually takes his time. It's Theo de Bruyne again, and Theo running just a little wide so David Greco can pass, and also the RPM car can pass. Very sensible maneuvering there by all 3 of them. Nobody getting hurt, nobody getting touched, and the race can progress. Okay, while we're waiting for David to finally make his appearance here and tell us a little bit about the pit page, let me tell you that the track was it's halfway between Paris and Lyon. It was first built in 1960, and it's home to the École de Pilotage Binfield, which is supposed to be France's best-known driving school. It's none other than Jacques Lafitte actually learned how to drive a race car here. It was the home of the Ligier team and also the home of the Prost Racing team, although they bought Ligier, and there's actually a Ligier Racing Museum on the site, so if you want to go there, that's going to be quite interesting. It's been dropped off the Formula One circuit, apparently being smack in the middle of nowhere. It didn't attract enough viewers for the tastes of Bernie Ecclestone, so we're not going to see a Formula One race in next season here. Let's hope they put on some more races there. Maybe the WTCC will go there, but I'm not sure. Another lapping maneuver here by David Greco. It's one of the GG racers that's being lapped. So, enough talk of me about the track. Let's go back to the race, and let's move down the grid now to see where everyone is. Position 1, still David Greco of the Black Rebels Racing Team in the Spiker. Moving on to position 2, and still up there in 2, Mike Simeon passing through Lycée, not going into the pits, but moving up the start and finish straight, and he's hanging on, he's clinging on. I don't really see a chance of him catching Greco. It's just the gap seems to be pretty solid, but on the other hand, I don't really see the 3rd position guy, should still be Kevin Usher, actually catching up to Mike Simeon. And Kevin Usher, as I said, in position 3, RPM racer. They've picked the Corvette. They were the ones who picked the first track, so that's why they have the number 1, both of the Corvettes. I love actually what it says on the roof, Holiday Inn. I suppose that's where the RPM racers prepare for the race, huh? Okay, let's move down the grid. Just one more position. That's the 2nd FlatOut racer. Again, moving out of Lycée here. That's Ian Wilton in the black and yellow BMW. A very energetic skin here. And position 5. Still up there, Yuri Geisen. He's one of the chaps you may remember who organized the VWTCC tournament, which was running parallel to the real-life WTCC. And in the back I could just see one of the GG guys pitting. Let's move to position 6. And it's Andreas Fullscreen of Black Rebels Racing Team. So same team as the race leader. Moving into Estoril at this point, position 6, pretty much the same position he actually held also in Nürburgring GP, if I'm not mistaken. And moving over to position 7, that's the new team, that's GMT-DH Racing, and it's Dane Humane. On the very long straight now, moving up towards Adelaide. Let's move to position 8. Andreas Leffler of Degan Racing. Good race by him. And we're moving over to position 9. And that's the first of the Blue Flag Racing Masters. Sorry, not Masters. I am extremely sorry. Marco Rally Cars. Approaching Adelaide here, going through Adelaide. Car looks pretty unstable on the brake there, but Mika should be okay. So, position 10. Robin Taylor. Teammate, of course, of Damien. So they're scoring pretty good points here in the first race, catching up on the competition, actually not losing a second, the two of them. And we're moving into position 11. That's the first of the two Burning Tires cars there. It's Alessandro Mura, racing for Burning Tires, a chap from Italy. Yeah, a little sideways there, going through Nürburgring, and let's hope we didn't get another cut warning for that one. Moving down the grid, we're moving to position 12. That's his team founder and teammate, Marco Lattanzi. Hi there to Italy, Marco Lattanzi, another Italian driver. That's an almost exclusively Italian team, Burning Tires. Pretty nice homepage. You should go and check it out. Very well done.
Yeah, I have to say it's tbtsimracing.com.
Oh, thank you very much. So, Jose, you being up there on the roof of our little pink and green van, any sign of David yet? Have you spotted him?
No, I think he don't want to work today. he's running after the pit babes, I guess.
Well, it's pretty awful. Do we actually pay the guy?
No. He has to pay to comment, so don't worry.
That's okay. That's okay. So that's where we get the new satellite dish from, is it?
Yes. And most of, he pays the hotel, he pays the transportation, he pays everything. So,
that's well, good boy. So he can stay outside chasing the pit babes. No problem at all with me. Marco Lattanzi there in position 12, and we're still moving down the grid. Let's move to position 13, and there we have the first of the two home races here. That's Monsieur Paul Bordeaux in the absolutely marvelous skinned BMW of Team GG Racing. I just love that design. It's very energetic. Really what racing is all about. This car tells you just by looking at it. Just watch it. It's a real beauty. But it looks like the GG are not going to repeat their position 1 and 2 success of the first race, I'm afraid. Moving to position 14 now. And that's Darren Gardner, the sole racer of Team Aney today. Was part of the racing team over in the USA. The time we picked, Sunday midday, seems to be awfully bad for them to do. It's, I don't know what, it's something like 7 o'clock in the morning over there. You don't really want to start playing a race game at that time of the day. So, Darren Gardner for Team Aney Racing. Another BMW M3 virtual racer here. And in position 15, my good mate and fellow Let's Switch the Lights on the Team Blue Flag Racing car on, it's Theo De Bruyne. Jumping a little bit here through Imola Curve and Imola Chicane and then into Chateau d'Eau. That's not very far from where we last saw David Garcia. If you see him somewhere here, on the side, just call me.
And Eckhart, I have a question for you. You drive with lights on with daylight. Then when you drive on the night, you switch off the lights or?
Well, I've never done a night race, so I don't know what I would actually do. If I'm not mistaken, lights switched on in real-life GT racing should be reserved just for the leader of the pack, for the car in number 1. So basically, we shouldn't actually switch on the light. It just looks so good.
Yeah, from now that's 50 points penalty.
Thank you very much, Jose. I think it's too late now to call Theo. We can't move back in time, but yeah, if you say so, we'll switch off the lights from now on. I think we should discuss this on the forum.
Yeah, it's part of the competition too, the discussions and forum.
Yeah, all right. So let's move to position number 16. So that's Lucas Degan in the pits. Seems to be that he had to drop out of the race. Sorry folks, don't know at the moment what went wrong there. And so that means that 15th position, Theo de Bruyne, is actually where a real blue flagger should be, bringing up the rear of the pack. All right, folks, so we should be more or less heading towards the end of the race. Let's move to David Greco, to the race leader.
If
we're following the race leader now, and this is the latest information I get from Jose. We're actually at the finish of the race. This is David Greco taking the last virtual meters or kilometers or yards under his wheels. He's into Lycée now, and this looks like his second win in 2 days. He won the race on Friday night in the other class, and he is over the line now, and he is the winner of this race. Who's the second position guy? And this is none other than Mike Simeon of Team FlatOut Racing. He's moving past Chateau d'Eau now, and there he goes. Okay, and that was the race at Magny Cours, race number 4, second edition of the ETC tournament, not meaning that it's the second time the ETC tournament is round, but meaning that this is the second track that we are racing on. It was the GJ home track, and it was a decisive win for David Greco. He didn't catch pole, but he caught position number 1 right at the start, and he never let go. Second position, that was Mike Simeon of Team FlatOut Racing. And then in position number 3, it was Kevin Usher of the RPM Racing. That's the position he held right from the beginning. So brilliant race there by him, putting the Corvette for RPM in the 3rd position. 4th position, second FlatOut racer. That's Ian Wilton, sorry. And again, that's the position he held onto for quite a lot of the race. Position number 5, Jori Geisen. That's the second RPM Corvette. Position number 6, second TBR racer, Andreas Hultgreen. So it's pretty much in the family, the first 6 positions there. 2 TBRs, 2 RPMs, and 2 FlatOut racers. So they're going to collect a huge load of points. Damien Dainhumane of the newcomer team GMT-DH in position 7. That's a perfect debut for them, and I can't wait to see their skin on the next track. And it's Mikael Larsson for Team Blue Flag Racing in position 8. That's a very good result for him there. Robin Taylor, that's of Team Aney Racing. No, sorry, that's the second car of GMT-DH in position 9. Andreas Leffler of Degan Racing in position 10. Marco Latanzi of Burning Tires in position 11. Alessandro Mura, again of position of Team Burning Tires. They're running close together, the two of them, in position 12. GT racer Paul Bordeaux, hot on the heels of Alessandro Mura, in position 13. Darren Gardner, the sole Aney Racing driver, in position 14. And Theo De Bruyne in the second Blue Flag racer in position 15. And these were the 15 who actually finished the race at Magny Cours.
Should I end?
Brilliant. Okay, watching out of my window, the race is finished actually. I can see none other than David Garcia slowly approaching the truck. Let's see what he has to say. Hi, David.
Hi, David. Yeah, hello. Is it too late to join?
No, yes, David. It seems that you are... It's okay.
Yeah, it's,
well,
he will play anyway.
Okay, David, it's okay. Did you have a nice afternoon? Did you have a nice evening with the pit babes?
Yes, well, I have been helping some old ladies to cross the street, you know, so yeah, it's always a good thing to help old people.
Yes, the good old Boy Scout spirit there. I suppose it was pretty close to Chateau d'Eau that you helped them cross the street. All right. So, David Garcia will be with me next time when we move on to the FlatOut Racing home track. That's Anderstorp in Sweden. And also with me will be Jose, if I'm not mistaken. Jose, you'll be there too?
Yeah, I'll be there.
Brilliant. So that means we get perfect pictures from you, and I hope some more commentary from David next time. So this is bye-bye from me, Eckert van Glaan, Team Blue Flag Racing. This was the ETC tournament, second installment at Magny Cours, home of the GG Racing Team. Thanks, Team GG, for hosting this event. And, well, have a great time till we are on air again in 2 weeks' time. Bye-bye.